Right.
It's automatic.
Right.
Yo, what's going on? And welcome to Vince Bracy on Air. In this edition, I had the pleasure of having a conversation with New Jersey rapper Xani. Here, we talk about her drive, her journey in music, and her brand new project, The Interview, available now. Enjoy the interview.
Let's see.
Right.
It's automatic. I wanna see what I'm gonna be when I'm gonna make it be the greatest. Time to rock, pick up your spirit, keep on moving. Automatic. Keep on moving.
Where that
I
comes
wanna
from,
see what I'm gonna be when I'm gonna make it be the greatest. Time to rock, pick up your spirit, keep on moving. I wanna see what I'm gonna be when I'm gonna make it be the
Now, once again, the name of that song was Salutations. That's off her brand new project called The Interview. And
interview.
check it out. We in the interview right now. Xani, how you doing
That's
today?
it. I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad that you're doing good. Xani's joining us. I don't know where you at right now, but Xani's rocking the mask. Making sure she stays safe as well. Now, Xani, obviously, I was introduced to you through Nova Soprano and the Runners in the Jersey hip hop scene. So my first question for anybody that is not familiar with your stuff, and I'm glad that we had some listeners in here that already heard the project, that already knew about that it's gonna be a real hot summer. You know,
Right.
how did you get your start? Where did Xani come from?
All right. So last year, it's crazy because I'll tell everyone I've literally always wrote, I've always rapped, but I didn't take it serious because I always had school in a way. Not in a way, but I was more focused on my academics and establishing, my occupation prior to doing entertainment because I was always known as a dancer on campus, but a challenge went out, and one of our members, J45, was in it, and he got on Watch the Yard. So my best friend called me and was like, "Yo, I know you be playing around, but like I really need you to get serious and do this challenge."
All it takes is a little bit of seriousness.
That's it. I was like, "All right, let me sit down and do something." Got my rap together, got my flow together, and when I did the video, I was shocked because they actually posted me, and it had got like 60,000 views. And I had got like a bunch of followers just from there. I was like, oh, so maybe we got something here. So I transitioned over. I still dance primarily, but I transitioned over and actually took music to another level. I went by JT at first, because that's just where everybody knew me as. But Xani came about because I wanted to add a touch of my middle name, Ayana. But I like the X. The X is real powerful to me because I don't like labels. I don't like being defined as something. So the X really stood out, and I wanted to add an X in there. So Ani came from my middle name, and then the X when I wanted it to stand out. So that's how I came up with Xani. And then it stands for, undefined, indefining. So I'm undefinable. The A comes from authenticity. I'm authentic. N is for nifty. I'm always moving, getting something done. I'm very persistent. And then the I is intuitive. I follow my gut. If it's the right path, I take it. If not, I kind of divert from it. So that's how Xani developed. Yeah.
Very, very dope. Yeah. So I think that's a good. I mean, it always helps to have I guess your name means something as well. So the fact that it means something to you and it's something that you can take time to, like, if I don't know, for any reason that you need to redefine yourself, you say, hey, look, this is who I am. These are the things that I made up. So I think that's
Right.
super dope. Now, when the rapping came about, you said I'm assuming you dabbled in spoken word at some point, right?
No, I've never. I've never. It's weird though. I've never done it, but I watched it a lot.
Okay.
You know,
Very
I'm
lyrical. So I
inspired
just was
by
like,
it.
I know she was a
I'm
poet at some
inspired
point.
by it.
That's crazy.
Very inspired by it. But I've actually never actually done it. That's what's interesting. But I've always played. I love wordplay. It's intrinsic to me. I really like taking different things, taking the connotation behind it, flipping it, because I like to make people think. I don't really like giving people the easy way out. It's like, nah, take this, go think about it, because that's how I was raised and brought up, and that's just something I like to put into my music a lot.
There you go. Now, what's Nova saying? You used to rap in your dorm at Seton Hall, but
I
nobody
did.
knew.
I definitely did. I always was freestyling. It didn't matter where we went. I was always just playing around. It's just I was like, give me a beat. All right, let's flow.
That's
And I would
dope.
just go. But it was it's crazy because I had opportunities to dance wise. I had opportunities to dance professionally, but I chose academics. So I had those outlets, but I was like, I want to establish myself first, career wise, because anything can happen in life. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, now let me get this because that entertainment wall was always going to be there, and the timing was perfect personally. So it
That's good.
it
That's good
worked
to know.
out.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
definitely always appreciate anybody that can freestyle because even when I had dreams of being a rapper, was never talented enough to freestyle. Back in the day, I could put a couple bars together, but freestyling was not a talent that I had. Even though I had people behind me that pushed me towards to bigger platforms. Like I had my friend who was calling himself my manager at the time had pushed me to do Freestyle Friday for 106 in Park at the time, and they picked
Oh,
me. They picked me off of just like a couple verses that they heard from me. So that was like, oh man, I really should try to take this more seriously.
yeah.
So something
Hmm.
that stuck out to me that I really wanted to compliment you on again, in the middle of the salutations track. You heard Xani like bigging herself up, you know what I'm saying, whispering to herself, saying you gotta keep it going, you gotta keep pushing, like because you only have yourself. So I want you to be
Hmm.
able to speak to I don't know, any struggles that you might have faced where you thought I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I shouldn't, but you took it upon yourself to say, hey, look, I recognize within myself that I'm gonna be the one that's gonna have to take myself to the next level. Can you speak to that?
Definitely. So this that goes back to when I was at Seton Hall. Like I said, basketball was my primary focus at the time. I came from King University, and at that time, I was like, I wanted to play D1 basketball because I
Okay.
knew deep down I was a D1 player. I'm like, I could ball with these girls. I'm good enough. So I transferred from King. I left King, went to Seton Hall,
Nice.
went to try out, right? There was some conflict between because the player realized that I was going to try out. So she kind of put a bad, she gave like a bad reference to her teammates and the coaches and things like that to try to block that way of me getting into
No
where
need to
where I
hate.
wanted to be. And at that point, it was sad because when you go out for a tryout, you expect there to be players there. You want to see the person get, create their own shot, play defense, work well with the team. You got to see all these things in order to actually put somebody on the team. The coaches at Seton Hall, they didn't necessarily do that. What they did was they just gave me they were like, you're going to take 50 shots, you're going to do suicides, and then dribbling drills. That was my tryout, quote unquote. And it was kind of like a brush off, like, let's just get her out of our face because I was very persistent about the tryout.
Mm.
And from that experience, and they were like, no, you didn't make it. I went up there to actually go and ask, hey, why didn't I make it? Because I want to know. I want to get better. If I can't get to somewhere, I'm the type, I like challenges. So I'm like, I'm going to go next year because I
There
need
you
to
go.
figure out how I'm
I'm
going
the
to do this.
same. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm okay with taking L's. That's the only way you get better. But it was
Exactly.
like, when I went up there, one of the coaches, when if you go into a space and somebody look like they lost, you gonna stop what you're doing and go, how can I help you? Especially if that's your job. The one coach looked at me, gave me like a look up and down, and then went back to a conversation. Didn't acknowledge me. And at that point, I was like, this ain't for me. Like me being in this atmosphere, if you can't even acknowledge
Okay.
me after you didn't even give me, you couldn't even provide me feedback. Something else is going on that I have no control over. I'm not supposed to be here. I was heartbroken. That was one of my most broken down moments outside of me tearing my ACL. That point in time, I realized it's okay because basketball might not be my route. And ironically, out of a couple years later, I'm doing music and I'm getting known for music
There you
other than
go.
basketball and dancing. You know what I'm saying?
There
How
you go.
God worked. So that moment, that was a real building moment for me because I had to really come to the point of, okay, basketball might not be my route. As bad as I want it to be, it
Yeah.
might not be my route. And I'm pretty sure if I would have stayed consistent with it and transferred, I would have got what I wanted, but I don't think that was for me. You know what I'm saying? So that song, that building aspect and salutations are for people and are for moments where you don't get what you want. You know what I'm saying? You get shut down. You get told no. But guess what? Just stay on the path, keep pushing, something's coming. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you
And
go.
that's what Salutations is about.
That's
Definitely.
it's very yo. It's very fitting that I mean you told us this whole story, and it's very fitting that that's the beginning of the album as well. Because that you know what I'm saying. Now I feel like everything after that is like this is what comes when you push yourself like that. You know. So I thought that was super dope. Like I said, I'm always here for like self help and stuff like that. So anytime I hear an
Hmm.
artist like gassing themselves up, and not even in a like a cocky way, but just saying straight up like I'm gonna be the person that is gonna be in charge of my own destiny and taking me to the next level. So in your situation, I feel like you probably definitely grateful. I always wish that I had a supporting team behind me as well. So I want to speak to your relationship with the Interstate Runners and how that came about.
Amen. Oh my goodness, that was God. That was timing. I think how that all came about. Nova reached out to me after he seen the post, and he was like, "Come spend some time at the studio." Never been to the
There you go.
studio. um, and I was always cool with Nova from Seton Hall, but I actually really got to know him full fledged on from being with him in the studio and actually building a relationship via music. So that alone, I didn't even know he had a team. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he would say Interstate Runner, whatever, whatever. Like I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like I don't know what it is, but it sounds dope. So he mentioned it to me. I'm like, all right, cool. But more sessions came, and again, our relationship built. And he was like, one of my tracks. It was breaking news. I never released it, but he was like, she's officially an Interstate Runner. So at that point, I was like, well, I guess it's official tissue. Like,
Yeah.
it's going down. But I honestly, I think it's truly a blessing to have a team, no matter what you do. Like I said, everything is timing because the fact that they were able to mold me and bring me in and show me the ropes of what they did and to continue on what they had going and what we're doing together is phenomenal. And it's fun. I tell everyone, if it's not for
That's
me, if
important.
it's not fun, it's what I'm doing is not work. When people are like, "Damn, like, how you back recording again?" I'm like, "Cause it's fun for me. I don't look at it like I gotta go back. Dang, I'm like, oh, what's next? Because it's fun and my team, what they tell me a lot is that I'm the energizer of the team, but I'm really just excited to just continue to make content that somebody's going to listen to. And like you said, how you felt at that point in that song, you was like, damn, like I like motivation like that. To hear that, that's why I do music, honestly. I don't care one person out of the whole world. Somebody could grasp something from what I do. It's just beneficial for me. So that's kind of like why I really love the runners. They allow you to have autonomy, let you be yourself. At the same time, they are molding you in a business mindset to make things happen. So I think honestly, it's a perfect fit. It's a puzzle piece, and they just yeah, man, it's dope.
That's
Yeah, it's
very
dope.
dope. Nah,
So.
that's very extremely dope. I'm glad that you spoke about that because as we heard earlier in the show, we know the runners got some knowledge in there. And from my interview with Nova Supreme, like he said, he definitely passes on his business knowledge to you guys. So I'm glad
Yep.
that you guys have that system going, especially even with the studio and the way that you guys record. He's saying Lame Way of Life is responsible for signing Xani. Is that the person that
Yeah,
made sure that
he
you was a part of the team?
he seen the video. They were telling me he was like, I seen the video. I called him. He said, you better get on
There you
that.
go.
So you better hop on it. Yep. And that's how everything happened. Yep.
Now, how is
Crazy,
it?
man.
How is it? Because I know it's the runners is not all guys, right? But how is it being around mostly guys in the
I love
studio?
it.
A
I
team of
love it so
bosses.
much. I love it. Cause you know what? We get the work. I'm really the one that'll be like, I'm always head on. Like they'll tell you I'm very stubborn. They'll be like, what about this? I'll be like, I mean, it's alright. But if 9 times out of 10, if I'm like, I'm not with it, they not with it. But we do discuss things as things go on. But it's fun. It's good vibes. We get work done. And if somebody's slacking as a team, we'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's up front. And they cool. Like they're just a great group of guys to be around. Like they're literally my brothers. So
That's dope. Yeah.
it's
Shout
fun.
out
I'm
to
with it.
shout out
Yeah.
to Articulate also. Articulate mentioned on his show last week, and I think somebody brought it up here today about your verse on Summer, the last track
Uh,
on the project. Now, what is that competitiveness like when you get into the booth?
ooh, it's a different vibe. Like I'm my mother's daughter. My mother's very
Okay.
competitive. No matter what we do, we could be like, all right, first person to sweep the kitchen gets, you know what I'm saying? It gets an ice cream cone. She on it. Like she's just. But I like that though, because it keeps you. You know what I'm saying? Keeps you at your best. Keeps you top notch. So when we in the studio, it's really I'm trying to kick all y'all behind, but we gonna eat later. You know, like so that. But it keeps you at your top notch level. So I like it a lot. So studio mindset is like, I'm here to I'm here to kill y'all, but I'm gonna give you a hug after I burn you. And I just like it's fun. So that's just what that's like.
That's good to hear. Yeah, no, I appreciate the competitiveness because, like I said, everybody just always expects like, oh, well, this is this person's song or this is this person's song. We'll see how it goes, and then I would just hope that everybody steps into the booth, wanting to do their best. So I love that. I love that.
Definitely.
Is any influences that stick out in your mind as somebody that's like, yo, this is why I rap the way that I rap, or this is why I take this approach?
Definitely. I tell everyone like I'm big on MC Light music
Okay.
because she was hardcore because she was gritty and she's like, look, I'm a lady, but I can also get rough with the fellas. So watch how you talk to me, watch how you step to me vibe. I tell people all the time too that Missy Elliott vibe, that she's creative. There's no pinpointing her. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I don't like to be pinpointed. That's what the X stand for. I like different sounds. If I have never heard nothing like you, I want you to be a part of my project because we gonna make it unique in some way. We gonna make this known.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? Things that's not known, I want to make it known. That way, people can. It's basically marketing skills. You know what I'm saying? When you think of something, you go automatically, it's that. So, and that's what I'm about, and that's how me and my team tend to move. But Missy Elliott, MC Light, Queen Latifah, that's where the Queen dynamic come from.
Okay.
How we look at her, you know what I'm saying? She's like when you say Queen Latifah, you like, damn, like that's just
Yeah.
she got it, she bout it, and that's how I want to be recognized as well. So those three definitely are like my top main three that I kind of look to when I actually do music and try to and pull from. So
That's
definitely
that's
those three.
great. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
I mean, obviously, I feel like it's almost like, I don't know, what is it, cliche to be like, oh, the female rappers. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it is something that needs to be spoken about always. Again, we obviously know that even in your case, you can hang with the best of the fellas, on the verse wise. I want to know what do you see like for the state of ladies in rap these days? Because I mean, obviously, I would assume that you would hope to eventually be on some charts or somewhere, or at least when we're allowed back on some tours and stuff like that, to be
Right,
out here doing your thing.
right.
So what do you see, or do you see a space for yourself in the female rap scene?
So because me personally, I know I have a different sound.
Mm,
I'm actually, so I'm looking to actually branch around just being known as a female artist. I just want to be known as one of the top artists. You know
damn
what I'm
right.
saying? Um, when it comes to all of that, personally, I mean, I do hope one day I could be on the billboards. Actually, well, I mean, let's not hope. I foresee myself
Come
one day
on.
being on the billboards and the runners. We're gonna talk it into existence. But yeah, but personally, I want to be known for being one of the top rappers. Personally, a top artist.
That's great. And what do you see? What do you see for Xani? What's coming next? Like, what do we expect? I don't
Oh
know what we expect from you, but what are you expecting from yourself, or how can we help Xani get bigger than life?
man, listen, it's wow, right? So I
Because I know
just
you got
dropped
some
the
dreams, girl. I know you got some
interview.
dreams.
I it's you know what I see for Zani coming up is I right now we growing a buzz, right? We getting our name known in the streets, getting known in my township. Yeah, I want to be known in the state. We're gonna start there. But the records that I'm producing right now, I'm already working on the next project. I don't even have an idea of
There we
when it's
go.
going to be, but we are perfecting the image. We are perfecting the sound. We are perfecting the videography. All of that is actually coming into context, and I'm excited for it. I feel like now today, what Lane was saying. Shout out Lane. A lot of people take a visual and actually use the visual to go back to listen to a song. So a lot of what we're doing, our content is going to be focused on visuals that's coming up because I don't really have a lot of professional videos. Like if you look at my Instagram page, It's literally videos I shot on my iPhone, and I tell my team it's because I do that to one, stay relevant and stay up to date, keep people, coming to my page, what else she got going, staying live on the feed. But now we are transitioning into professional videos and different
So,
things like that. So the platform is definitely changing, and God willing, when things start to open up, it's going to be ridiculous because the traveling is going to be out of this world. So that's definitely what's next for Xani. Just traveling, and just a lot more professional influx coming in on my page and different things like that.
word up, word up. Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing some professional videos from you because like you said, everything, everything. I mean, I didn't even ask how long you've been rapping. Did you say how long you've been rapping?
Professionally, a year.
Just a year. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
So
been a year.
you gotta roll with the times. When stuff starts looking like something, I'm big on having the facade. Facade may sound like a weird word, but like knowing for a fact that like if I'm gonna be a rapper, if I'm gonna say I'm a rapper, if I'm gonna look like a rapper and act like a rapper, then everything else that comes along with that picture of who Xani the rapper is has to come along with it. So, the
You know
album
it.
is out, people bumping it to it, you know what I'm saying? That's fire. Now where the video's at. So I feel like that's just the
You
next
know
step.
it.
That's just the next step. So
Yep.
I appreciate you and I'm looking forward to that. My last question I always ask people, I want to know if you have any advice or any insight for anybody that wants to be a Xani, anybody that wants to, to come up and go from either dancing or switching lanes from basketball to music, anything like that. If you could just give somebody some advice to the dreamers out there.
Definitely, definitely. I don't want to sound cliche, but you really have to follow your dreams and follow your heart. Don't make following your dreams an excuse. Oh, I got work. Let me tell you something. I worked 3 jobs before and still made time for what I wanted to do.
Damn
It's
right.
because you have to be passionate about what you want and just keep an eye on what you want. You know what I'm saying? I got real life bills too, but I'm never letting go of the sight of me, having a world tour or me party being at the Grammys or winning awards. Like I'm never gonna let go of that because if you let go of that, you get stuck in the reality of just work versus having fun and living life. You know what I'm saying? So if you do want to, whatever it is you want to do, stay with it, stay passionate about it. Go enjoy the failure. You have to enjoy it, and I say that because as effed up as it sounds, like I want to fail, I want to lose. Enjoy it. It builds you up. Let it build you up. Some people take failure and they just let failure consume them. Nah, fail, but also fail with the mindset that I failed because I did something wrong. So it's time to go back and reevaluate what I did wrong so I can get it right.
Come on now.
Guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be 100. I guarantee you, what you fail and when you go back and reevaluate why you failed, it's like doing a project too fast and teacher say, you missed the point. So you got to redo it because you worked too fast. Take your time, pace yourself. Everything happens for a reason. I'm big on time. God timing has been remarkable for me, and I preach that so much. So you can really just, pace yourself. And again, don't let go of your dreams. I promise you, it's going to fall into your lap. Like it's just gonna, it'll just be there. So those are like my biggest advice I give to anyone who wants to do music, who wants to do whatever it is in life. Do not let go of your dreams. Keep working. Let the work build you know what I'm saying, build your monetary funds so that way when it's time for you to invest into your dreams will then make you more than what your job did. So that's my biggest advice.
Straight up, straight up. Thank you, Zani. Yeah,
You
that's
feel me?
always encourage people to follow their dreams. So that's big. Like she said, failure. Don't look at it as a end all be all. If you trip that first time, what Aaliyah said, at first you don't succeed. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get up and try again.
She
you
wasn't
got,
a
you
liar.
gotta do it again. You gotta do it again. And if you don't fail at something a couple times, you basically I think something that you mentioned also, you basically you can see how passionate you are about something by the amount of tries that you're willing to take at it. So that's something that's extremely important. Nova is asking me whose project are you executive producing?
Oh, I'll be working with Mr. J45 himself. I'm excited for his project. He's going to honestly like this guy. Um, I'm like he don't. He's one of those people he don't know what he have until he see it. And I'm always talking to him about it. I'm like, bro, you have such a dynamic skill set. Like his lyrics, how he developed beats. He's dynamic, and
The
I
runners
am
are so talented
excited.
over there, man.
Man, I'm telling you, it's just like everybody. And shout out to Finesse. He got a project coming out soon, sometime in August. Like, it's one thing I tell people: movement attract me. That's why I'm attracted to the runners. This is why I love the runners, because we are literally the windmill effect. All right, you go, my turn, his turn, next turn, next. We just keep that wheel going, and it's imperative because again, you want to stay consistent with the times, but at the same time, just want to keep getting better, and the only way to keep getting better is by practicing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the runners is we really move like that. Like it's ridiculous, but
they say
shout out to
momentum
them.
keeps it going, and they say Xani is the battery in the back of the runners. I appreciate that. So I wanted to know if you have anything else that you wanted to shout out. Let us know about anything else. And before we complete the interview, I just want to have you to introduce the next song that I'm going to play for us right now.
Definitely shout out
Hell in America. But go ahead.
I got you. Shout out to Nova, Lane, 45, Finesse, Black Rose, the team, squad all day. Definitely gotta give a shout out to my parents. They're my biggest supporters. But yeah, they are literally if Nova can't make it to a show, they there. You know what I'm saying? So it's great to have that support system. So shout out to my family from day one. And this next track is Hell in America. You know, it's about Black Lives Matter. Just kind of voicing our opinions to what's going on, and just sharing how we feel, how passionate we are about our people, and how we deserve better.
Damn straight. Simple as that.
That's it.
So we're gonna get into this next track, "Hell in America," featuring Interstate Runners, of course. Xani, I greatly appreciate you for being a part of the show today. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for I always gotta thank you for inspiring. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to the music and putting your dreams and your passions out there and literally on wax for people to share with the world. So that's extremely dope, and I continuously wish you much and much success, girl.
Much love, fam. Appreciate you for having me on here too. Yo,
No
keep
doubt.
this rocking. We
Absolutely.
need this.
Absolutely. So let's get into this "Hell in America" by Xani. Once again, the full project, the interview is available for you guys on all platforms. This is "Hell in America."
This leads me to say, all of the burning.
Thank you again for listening to Vince Bracy on air. You can catch my show every Tuesday at 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Stationhead. As always, I'm sending you out with peace, positivity. Remember to get to the bag and always follow your dreams.
Lord have mercy on our souls. Amen. Xani, talk to them, man.
See, I am black. Blacker than Black Panthers. They want us to go like cancer. You cancel, like where's the channel? You holding us down like ransom. Breaking us down, dismantle. See, y'all gotta go, man. Let us breathe so we don't feel abandoned. See, blacks, they think we bandits, destructive and all corrupted. See, we came 1925 and y'all brought us here with nothing. You beat us and yet you tortured. Beat my brothers, raped our daughters, yet you calling us the thugs. While y'all planted in the drugs, I'm tired, we deserve better. Y'all scared of just the color, y'all fear our education. Y'all worry we taking over. I'm ready, y'all want the action, protesting cause it is right. But if you reaching for your stick, then I'm hooking you with my rights. So stop killing my brothers, worrying all our mothers, taking away our fathers who leaving behind their dollars. Man, y'all gotta do what's right cause we tight, half of y'all ain't bothered. We all down for the peace, but mess up, then you getting slaughtered.
What's happening needs to stop. We tired. Nova, Soprano, talk to him.
Good morning, Miss America, you have a problem. Too many black lives sacrificed, so please solve them. Emmett Till to George Floyd, you still ain't learned? Playing with raging infernos, burn baby, burn. Rubber bullets and tear